Alrighty, y'all. We're just waiting for some people to get on here.
Shit. It's messing up again.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, shit. Okay, good. These things never work.
Could you have Patrick as a speaker as well?
I'm down for it, man. I don't have any problem with Patrick.
Okay.
All right, you guys. We're going to do things a little bit different tonight because there's going to be a lot to get through. And so, first off, Daniel, is it okay we call you Daniel?
I prefer Jack Corbin. I mean,
You prefer Jack?
Yeah, it's the most pronounceable name, you know. I you know how Saul turned to Paul? Well, that's kind of my Saul to Paul moment because I was a leftist when I was Daniel. And I kind of want a clean slate. And I really like the name Jack Corbin. It's just, you know, I have a legacy with it. And that's what I go by. But yeah, if people have questions about what the hell happened, I'm willing to answer them. What's up, Laura?
And let me get started with for everybody that is tuning in, or for those who might not know what is going on tonight. Our guest Jack has been the center of a federal court case that sparked outrage across political lines. He allegedly operated online under aliases, allegedly by the Jack Corbin. He was accused of engaging in behaviors prosecutors described as targeted harassment, intimidation, threats, which included an activist in Charlottesville, and some other things. Jack, I guess we'll open up with asking you on, you stated inside of in one of the messages that some of the messages and stuff that you were set up on.
100%. All right, let me kind of get to something. So I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at 14 years old. I do have some issues with social things and stuff. But basically, I was targeted by Antifa really heavily, especially in 2018 and 2019, because I was exposing a lot of their identities. And at the time, the government did not treat Antifa as a terrorist group like they did now. They acted like they were the most moral thing ever, even though they were doing terrible things. And they tried to kill you multiple times. I think you know that. They pepper sprayed you in Charlottesville. They hit you in the head with a rock. They stabbed you. And the guy who stabbed you is a fucking sex offender and piece of shit. But yeah, I think you're very well familiar with Antifa's tactics and how nasty they were in 2020 and before. And so is Ground Zero. And, you know, I wanted to protect people. I knew I had a set of skills through my Asperger's syndrome, which allowed me to do things that normal people could not. And I wanted to help people. And that's what I did, you know. And these people killed people. They killed Aaron Danielson. Michael Ronell killed Aaron Danielson. And they had killed people before that. John Bear in Portland, Oregon, killed a man named Eric Banks. So whenever they said, oh, Antifa never killed anybody, they're lying. They're a horrible terrorist group. They're anarcho-communists. And I was willing to do anything to stop them, to save people's lives. And if people want to shame me for that, I don't care. You know, I have some regrets in life. Standing against Antifa terrorists is not one of them.
Can you elaborate on some of the things that are true, I guess, based off of the charges? Because I believe the things that you were charged on, didn't you plead out to them?
So about that, so there was a law passed in 2013 called the VAWA Reauthorization Act, and it's completely unconstitutional. It basically says without proof, if somebody says they feel substantial emotional distress, you can be charged with a silence, but care. I kind of get to something. So I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at 14 years old. I do have some issues with social things and stuff. But basically, I was targeted by Antifa really heavily, especially in 2018 and 2019, because I was exposing a lot of their identities. And at the time, the government did not treat Antifa as a terrorist group like they did now. They acted like they were the most moral thing ever, even though they were doing terrible things. And they tried to kill you multiple times. I think you know that. They pepper sprayed you in Charlottesville. They hit you in the head with a rock. They stabbed you, and the guy who stabbed you is a fucking sex offender and piece of shit. But yeah, I think you're very well familiar with Antifa's tactics and how nasty they were in 2020 and before. And so is Ground Zero. And, I wanted to protect people. I knew I had a set of skills through my Asperger's syndrome, which allowed me to do things that normal people could not. And I wanted to help people. And that's what I did, and these people killed people. They killed Aaron Danielson. Michael Ronell killed Aaron Danielson, and they had killed people before that. John Bear in Portland, Oregon, killed a man named Eric Banks. So whenever they said, oh, Antifa never killed anybody, they're lying. They're a horrible terrorist group. They're anarcho-communists. And I was willing to do anything to stop them, to save people's lives. And if people want to shame me for that, I don't care. I have some regrets in life. Standing against Antifa terrorists is not one of them.
Can you elaborate on some of the things that are true, I guess, based off of the charges? Because I believe the things that you were charged on, didn't you plea out to them?
So about that, so there was a law passed in 2013 called the VAWA Reauthorization Act, and it's completely unconstitutional. It basically says without proof, if somebody says they feel substantial emotional distress, you can be charged with a 5-year felony. And it is probably one of the worst assaults on free speech I've ever seen. And basically, I didn't know about this law, but they basically made it so if the government wants to silence you, they can. And again, they don't have to prove the substantial emotional distress. The law violates the First Amendment. There was actually a Supreme Court case, I think it was in 2023, that's supposed to dial this stuff back. It's called Counterman versus Colorado. And basically, my First Amendment rights were violated, and I am trying to get a pardon from President Donald Trump. The reason I can't do a court...
Can you elaborate on how your First Amendment was...
Absolutely. So basically, they take autistic shit posting and shit talk from an actual autistic person like myself, and they turn it in, they make a mountain out of a molehill. And basically, that's what happened. And well, these people who were the so-called victims are actual violent Antifa criminals. Don Gathers is a convicted fraud. He's violent on video, and I have proof that he's violent on video, and he grabbed a woman's breast from behind in Charlottesville because he's got a lot of power over there politically, and they gave him deferred prosecution, which is fucking disgusting. Now, Catherine Abernethy, the other one, she was convicted of abusing an autistic woman by the name of Alexis Beaver. She apparently falsely imprisoned and assaulted this disabled woman who's a nonverbal, not like me who has Asperger's syndrome. I can speak, obviously. I used to have a lot worse social problems when I was a young teenager, but through just life experiences, I was able to overcome a lot with my disability. And if people have questions about it, I'm more open. I used to hide my disability until Elon Musk came out and basically the court stuff came out. But yeah, I'm not the best with socialization. Did you
target Don Gathers with threats and harassment?
No. You want to know what they raided me over? They said I said I opposed his candidacy with a diversity of tactics. Something Antifa says all the time, right? And never gets in trouble. But mysteriously, I'm the only one in the world who ever gets arrested for using the
What
word
does the phrase diversity of tactics mean to you?
It means different tactics, but when Antifa use it, it means violence.
How did you meet it when you made that comment?
It was me being ironic. Obviously, I wasn't going to ever attack the guy, even though he's a violent piece of shit. But I was going to expose him for what he was. I had the.
Did you make any attempts to prevent him or intimidate him from running for office?
I told him to drop out, but he didn't have to listen. And I didn't ever threaten any sort of violence. But yeah, did I take a plea deal for something? Yes, because they illegally denied me bond, and they were going to charge stack me. My mother was very sick; she was dying. If I hadn't taken a plea deal, I would have never seen her again. I was willing to take a plea deal saying I was impersonating a bunny rabbit at that point. This is how dirty the feds are. They hold people's families hostages, basically, even if they have terrible sickness, and I love my mom to death. And there's some things that happened, and Ground Zero knows about it. It saddened me deeply, but I'm not going to get into it because it's too much.
The indictment, part of the indictment, though, that it stated that not only that you threatened or made threats towards Don Gathers, but you also made threats towards a woman's autistic daughter. Can you elaborate on those allegations?
Yes, absolutely. I never made any threats. In fact, all threat charges were dropped because it's ridiculous to even say that I made threats. They have something called it's a Supreme Court case, United States versus Alanis, but I never made any threats. They took the diversity of tactics comment out of context, and they basically took other things that were unrelated and twisted it into saying that I made threats when I didn't.
Did you?
Okay, but did you? I'm sorry. But you were saying how the feds fabricated those messages.
They fabricate evidence all the time.
But what about the message you said? I know, but you said on the the messages that were it's the defendant on there. Are you saying that you never sent those? Talking about that child?
I'm not saying that, and I'm not. And there was no child. That was fabricated. There was no child.
Why does the dialogue include multiple sexual comments about the victim's minor daughter, though? If that was you from the Jack Corbin website or from the Jack Corbin account messaging her, where you messaged her, it's in the court docs, like word for word on everything.
Okay, yeah, and people take things out of context.
Do you deny saying those? Do you deny saying what was written inside of the court documents? Because I'm about to start reading them all.
Yeah, you probably should, so people know what's being said. That's why everyone's here.
But no, I'll explain. I was.
One moment. Let me read this first for the dialogue. It said,
we'll read it first.
It said 15 messages sent over a course of 2 separate days. The defendant said he knew how to make the victim to talk, and the following exchange in which he sought to extort information from victim 2 regarding Skinny Girl. For those who do not know and have not read this yet, Skinny Girl is a person who Jack was trying to get information about, and he was using this victim 2 that they're referencing. And it says, defendant, oh, I can make you talk. Defendant, I know the spot which will make you talk. Victim 2 says, how's that? Defendant, how's your autistic daughter? Defendant, maybe I should ask her a few questions. She's old enough to get a little. Defendant, frisky, ? Defendant, smiley face. Defendant, I wonder what's more important to you, Antifa or her? Defendant, shall we find out? Defendant, oh, you're quiet now, huh? Defendant, tell Skinny Girl to contact me. Defendant, you want me to mess around in location 1 anymore? ? That's up to her. Defendant, you would choose your Antifa crap over your own autistic daughter. Defendant, I guess you don't love her. Defendant, you put skinny girl before your own disabled daughter. Defendant, tell her to contact me. Defendant, tell her to stop being scared. Defendant, do it for your autistic daughter. Defendant, she started all this. Defendant, she better be willing to finish it. Defendant, is she into men? Defendant, I can be her first. Defendant, I can see her dress. Can I see her in a dress? Defendant, I gotta proofread these before I start reading them because I don't want to get banned. Defendant, the same one your autistic daughter was wearing. Defendant, is she a virgin? Your daughter ? Defendant, what's wrong? Defendant, I just want to know if your daughter is of the age of consent. Defendant, I can make her real happy if she wants. Defendant, sounds like you want that. Defendant, maybe I can get her a rebel flag tramp stamp after she gets her cherry popped. And I'm not going to read the rest of these because it just keeps going on. Do you deny making those statements towards the victims?
For one, this person is not a victim, and
do you deny making those comments to that person?
I don't remember everything, but I will say that I said nothing illegal. I know who Skinny Girl is. She is a terrorist by the name of Thalia Considine, who tried to kill a friend of mine.
Once again, though, do you deny making those comments?
I think things are taken out of context. I said nothing
yes
illegal.
Or no?
It's a yes or no question. Did you make those comments?
Some probably, others no. But I'm willing to explain everything. I did nothing illegal.
Do you feel like that would be appropriate in any context to bring up a person's autistic daughter inside of some type of altercation, whether it involves Antifa or not? Do you think that's appropriate?
I'm autistic, okay?
That's not what I asked. Do you think that's appropriate?
Answer the question.
They tried to kill me.
That's not what I asked. I understand that. I'm asking, do you think that is appropriate?
I don't know. You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You made several comments. I can keep on going on with some of these, but you're gonna have to start answering the questions. Otherwise, it's gonna start going around. You said you're here to share the story, but you're gonna have to face the truth as well. We can start going into the Dylan Roof comments that you made. We can start going in about your friend that shot up that church, the Jewish church.
I don't have anything to do with that, dude.
Do you deny that when the FBI raided your servers, that they planted all that information in you? Like, do you deny having photos of dead black men saved inside of your files under the file name with the N-word? Like, do you?
Okay, you want me to explain, or do you?
I actually read through. Like, it doesn't bother me personally that all these things had happened. Just to know, like, this is not me feeling angry towards you. Like, I have nothing to do with that business. But if I'm being fair with this interview, then you're gonna have to answer some of these tough questions.
I'm not okay, and I'll answer them. For one, the so-called dead black man is Trayvon Martin, who attacked George Zimmerman. I am a researcher. I was researching that trial. I wanted to make sure that everything, was in order, that I knew everything about the trial. And George Zimmerman got off because he was defending himself against Trayvon Martin, who attacked him. Now, as far as my situation goes, I think you remember how this country was once a war zone. They tried to kill you multiple times, dude. And they hit you in the head with a rock. They stabbed you.
But my story has nothing to do with what happened back then.
But you know what they do. You know what these people are capable of.
I was in Charlottesville.
And these people.
I recorded Charlottesville.
And I respect you for that, man. And
I wasn't a part of it.
Anybody.
Regardless of what the news says, I was not a part of it. I did not march with you guys. I refused to. I was invited to speak. I refused to. There was a
That's
bunch
fine,
of
but
stuff
you were
that they
there.
tried to do, and I refused to. I was just there to live stream and document what was going on, and that
Which
was it.
is your right. Which is your right, man. But these people tried to kill my family. These people tried to kill you. These people are absolute scum, and I wanted to stop the violence. And
How does that excuse your behavior? How does that excuse you harassing?
I wasn't harassing anyone. It was like a war zone.
Those comments were disgusting towards a minor.
I don't know.
What is wrong with you?
I don't. Let me speak. I don't know the age of this person, but I assume this was an adult with Asperger's syndrome, just like me. You know, there's some people who are mixed race who.
What about the flapping your hands comment that you made? What the fuck are you talking about?
I have autism. Okay.
Was she gonna flap her hands while you fucked her? Is that what you said? You want to quote it specifically?
I'm just talking shit, and I would never
shit,
go after.
That's crazy. All right.
Yeah, it is, but sometimes I say some fucked up things because I have Asperger's syndrome. I'm not the best with social.
I have Asperger's, you fucking idiot.
Hey, let's keep it on a respectful level, please. Let's keep it on a respectful level. No need for the name.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm also autistic, so I think this is a crazy excuse to use. It just kind of makes me kind of frustrated. My bad.
Okay,
I don't think that
so everyone knows
was mentioned once, or your Asperger's was mentioned once inside of the court documents either. Did your lawyer try to argue that case?
No, my lawyer didn't give a shit about nothing. She didn't give a shit about the First Amendment.
That's a lie.
Who said that? I don't know who said that. Oh well. No,
Who said that?
I can't see who said anything either. There's something really weird going on.
Yeah, somebody was like, "That's a lie." I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" No, these people tried to kill my family. These people tried to kill you, Black Rebel. You know that, Haley. You absolutely know how violent these people are.
I know. Yes, I do know how violent they are. But kind of what Andrew said, we're kind of just talking about what's going on with you right now. Because we could talk about them all day. But there is I'm telling you, dude, when I read that, that was really disturbing. But you said that was the feds. That's why I wanted to speak to you about this. You said that the feds fabricated this, but now you're saying that you did say this. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No,
if you claim that you were set up, who exactly do you believe wrote those and planted those messages inside your servers?
No, I say I had my rights violated, my First Amendment rights.
Did you write those? Regardless of whether or not they violated your right to find the information.
Certain parts of that whole thing. I know I was going through a lot, and I know that they tried to kill me.
That is no excuse.
Okay, whatever, Laura. I don't care what you think. Okay, I know that they tried to kill me. You don't understand. You ain't been through.
I don't care.
You don't care.
That's
I know
no excuse. That's no excuse.
Well, you didn't have to deal with the whole brunt.
No, I've dealt with stupid shit. You think I would act like that?
You don't understand what war is. And these people tried to kill my family. I'd do anything to protect my family.
Can you provide evidence that the government was manipulating your communications?
Well, they took things out of context. They tried to say that I was violently threatening people, which I would not do. They falsely accused me of going after minors, which I would not do. I would never go after somebody under the age of consent.
But
you never denied making those comments about that person's daughter, though.
That's not her daughter. That's the best part. It's not even her daughter. In fact, not even legally was that.
Why would you mention it then? Why would you mention her as her daughter then if that was not her daughter? You're the one who started this conversation.
She was lying about that shit. She was lying about that shit. That person actually abused that person, Alexis Beaver, and falsely imprisoned her and assaulted her.
That has nothing to do with the question about what you said to her, bringing up her autistic daughter.
It's not her daughter. I'm telling
That's
you right
not
now,
what the court document said, and it's not what you said in those messages.
Well, the court document.
And so you referred the court documents referred to her as her daughter because you referred to her as her daughter inside of the message. Your Jack Corbin account that you encouraged Charlottesville in your time that I asked her daughter. Your documents referred to her as her daughter because you referred to her as her daughter inside of the messages. Is that not true?
Yeah, and I was deceived because it's not her daughter, and in fact.
But did you refer to her as her daughter, and in your head at the time thought that was her daughter?
I don't even remember, man. 6 years ago.
You are deflecting.
You are doing some serious deflecting on that because you're not being. I don't feel like this is an honest conversation because every time that I ask the questions that should be easily answered, your go-to is that you don't remember. And I don't think that's an excuse for something that happened 6 years ago. Do you suffer memory loss?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you tell me about Charlottesville and your experience?
I was not actually there. I knew some people who were there, and it was one of the worst violations of free speech I've ever seen in my life. It was unbelievable what happened there, and the selective prosecution.
By who, though? Are we talking about from the police or from the rioters or both?
So not just the rioters with the heckler's veto, but also the feds, the corrupt police. A lot of people were not treated fairly there, and that really irked me, you know? That really irked me because I'm a believer in our constitutional rights, the right to free speech, every right in the Bill of Rights, you know? And there were a lot of people who were badly hurt there, and they basically allowed these violent criminals to get away with terrible things. They tried to kill a friend of mine. People who knew Catherine Abernethy, which is the fake victim too, tried to kill a friend of mine. So shit got personal, you know?
Do you think Heather Heyer deserved to die?
Well, for one, Heather Heyer wasn't even killed by James Fields. He was killed by Antifa because they attacked James Fields' car and he lost control and he crashed. But no, Heather Heyer did not deserve to die. Heather Heyer absolutely did not deserve to die. I wish she was alive today. And, you know, I don't want anybody to die over politics. It's horrible anytime that happens, just like with Charlie.
Have you ever made threats to cause, have you ever made calls of basically a call to arm towards Antifa, encouraging people to promote violence against them? I remember seeing a quote where it said off of your Jack Corbin account that you encouraged people to shoot Antifa 2 to 3 times in self-defense the moment that they try to attack you.
In self-defense, keyword in self-defense.
But in order to use deadly force legally, your life would have to be threatened with deadly force.
Which they did do to you multiple times, where they threw a rock literally at your head. Remember Cain and Abel? And when they stabbed you, dude. So, yeah.
But we're talking about you.
This is about you.
This is about you.
Not about Black Rebel. So let's keep it on you. Stop trying to defer. Wait, Sparky, just wait. Stop trying to defer Jack Corbin. Okay? This is about you, not Black Rebel. So
this is not what they did about me. All this stuff that happened to me was before everything that, or it was after everything that happened with you. And so the two situations do not correlate for what your mindset was at that time.
My mindset was survival and protecting my family. Okay. I don't care who I have to step on to do that.
I was making disgusting comments towards someone's daughter protecting your family.
Who gives a fuck? when it's my
You
fault,
We all give
I'll
us
do
You
shit. That's
do.
why we're
You have the
here.
freedom to
That's why
say
we're
so, but within the
here.
laws, within the parameters of the law. But obviously, the Justice Department thought that you crossed the line with your comments.
Did they now? They also violated
You
the rights
pleaded
of
out to the
adjacent.
charges, though.
No, you
You
were trying to
pleaded out.
Because
protect
my
yourself. You
mom
were
was
trying to get
dying.
You
information
put
out of
in
her.
a guilty plea.
They force you to.
You were
Hold
trying to
on.
get information out of this
Sorry.
woman.
Hey,
Because they force you to. You
hey
don't
guys,
know how
I'm
the
wait,
federal
sorry,
system
James
works.
or
Yeah.
Daniel or
Jack.
Jack, whatever. You have so many damn names.
I
Sorry.
know.
Uh,
All good.
let's do our best and we'll stop interrupting people. So when someone speaks, let's just try to like keep our mic off, so so we can actually hear what other people are
Yeah, of
saying.
course.
It says in the court documents that the defendant bragged to other like-minded individuals that he spent time identifying counter-protesters and offered his advice on how to kill such counter-protesters. Prior to the defendant threatening victim 2 and her child, victim 2 saw the following messages which the defendant posted on Facebook. I'm the Antifa hunter. I'm pretty famous for it, actually. I ID'd over 850 Antifa who went to Charlottesville. Most of the Chapel Hill, Carbarrel, Durham were doxxed by me. God put me on this earth to hunt and stop Antifa. If they attack you, you must kill them. In self-defense, with the stand your ground law, if Antifa attacks you, you can kill them in self-defense with a gun. Just shoot them 2 to 4 times. If they attack you first, the claim stand your ground is easy.
Okay.
Do you see where they use that to build this case against you?
Yeah, and they're full of shit, and they're protecting a terrorist organization, which they admit is a terrorist organization.
Well, okay. If you're not going to answer the question, then we'll move on. For example, we'll move on to September 17th, 2019, where it states that you use Google to conduct a search to conduct 4 searches. The first search was sex with autistic girls. The second search was sex with autistic girls. The other one was sex with autistic girls. And the other one was sex with Asperger's girl.
Okay, and I have the same disability, and maybe I want to meet somebody like me. So what's the
Wait,
problem?
you do have someone. Someone's on here right now. It's Princess. She says she has that disability.
And you said girl, not woman.
James can stay the fuck away from me.
I wouldn't touch your stinky ass with a 10-foot pole.
Hey, we say we're gonna keep it respectful. We're gonna keep it respectful. We're gonna pull it in. We're gonna pull it in.
All right.
We'll keep it respectful.
Can I say something?
That's why you're obsessed with
Go ahead.
I don't know any part of this. I'm excuse me for not understanding the backstory. But what I hear is someone that is so full of baloney, garbage, lies, can't take accountability for shit, and did horrendous things. Cut and dry. Done. You're a cuck, dude. Why would you ever? You know you're wrong. You can hear it in your voice. You're disgusting. And I'm...
Can I
Go ahead, James. I'll let you respond. Sparky, you're next.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep defending those terrorist fucks. I you're a fucking idiot. And these people tried to kill Black Rebel, and I do.
Leave Black Rebel out of it.
Everybody was affected. You want to defend these terrorist fucks, then that's your problem. You're a fucking low IQ piece of shit. Fuck off.
I don't think all of them are terrorists, though. There's a difference between leftists. I don't expect people to have a difference of opinion of me to me.
Excuse me?
That they need to go ahead. Go ahead, Ground Zero.
No, this is Brandy, and you talk to me like that again, boy, and you you don't talk to me that way. You don't talk to women that
And if people want to hate me for saving lives, I don't give a shit.
Court documents.
What are you going to do about it?
You are.
All right, we're gonna start.
We're gonna start women.
We're gonna start fresh on that and not do that. Okay. James, go ahead. No, Sparky. I'm sorry. Sparky, go ahead, and then we'll let James respond.
Okay, so if you all know, yesterday, this piece of shit motherfucker.
Hey, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Okay. I read all your court documents. I did my own researches. I didn't know who you were. I didn't match up the two names, but I would have never let you come yesterday to our little Islamification outreach. But the vibes I got from you were very concerning. That's why I didn't trust you. That's why I didn't go in your car. I didn't leave my personal belongings with you because I didn't trust you. I'm a people person and I read people for a living. The vibes I got of you were absolutely disgusting. And there's people that can back me up on that. My skin is boiling after reading all your court documents. How can you do that to a disabled person? And we have disabled people in this group chat, and you can't even admit your own wrongdoings? Come on, bro. Come on. You're pathetic. You're weak, pathetic person, and you say that you have no job and that you're looking to become famous. Come on. I have recording of you saying that. That's all I have to say, but you're a despicable person.
Okay, thank you, Sparky. We're gonna go back to James.
Okay.
Or Daniel, sorry, dang it, Jack.
Corbin.
Jack Corbin. I didn't know you felt that way, but I don't really care. I didn't have any ill will towards you. I didn't know you had ill will towards me. I was completely peaceful. I didn't cause anything with you. When that Haitian security guard came at you, I kind of did what I could to keep you safe.
All right, can we get back on track, please?
No, I'm just.
I have my
own. You are passive aggressive, bro. Knock it off.
I had my own security. Thank you very much.
No, I'm supporting you.
All right.
I'm talking.
Stop for a second. Stop for a second, please.
I'm done. But stop being a passive aggressive little.
Jana, please let Black Rebel get back to the interview, please.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Just be real.
James, you often framed your actions as fighting extremists. How do you distinguish your behavior from extremism?
In normal times, things are different. But when people's lives are on the line, sometimes you have to fight. I did nothing wrong. I targeted no minors. I'm not a sex offender. You can look up my name. If Sparky hates me, he didn't voice it to me.
I don't hate people. I dislike people.
Okay,
Sparky,
he didn't voice that to my face.
Sparky, just stop. Let him finish, and we'll all be able to get in our word and rebuttals and stuff in a little while. So just everyone relax. I was nothing but kind to you, Sparky. And I really thought of you as a good person. I didn't know you had such ill will towards me. Jack, we can. You can get to Sparky later. Let's just focus on what the questions that Black Rebel has for right now.
That's fine, man.
I think we should. I think Rebel, you should finish the interview and then let everybody comment later. Because Rebel, you're doing great, and everybody jumping in is breaking it up. I think we should let everybody speak at the end, right?
Agreed.
Yes. Everybody just stay quiet, hold your tongues. Everybody bite your tongues and let Black Rebel handle this.
Jack, can you walk us through what you were exactly hoping to accomplish with your online campaign and what you were seeking?
Yeah, I wanted to save people's lives from a terrorist organization that nobody was doing anything about. And I'm not going to apologize for that ever. And if people want to hate me for it, so be it. I'll put on the armor of God. I read the whole Bible while I was in solitary confinement, and it's not easy for me to do that. You know, I have Asperger's syndrome. Sometimes when I read, I like fall asleep and stuff. I didn't know that Leilani herself had Asperger's syndrome. That's actually kind of cool to know. But, you know, if people want to hate me for saving lives, I don't give a shit.
Please don't get even weirder about me, James. Okay, mind you, this guy has been like trying to dox me, has been attacking my friends, has said like the nastiest, worst shit about me on the internet that I've ever read. Like, he is so fucking creepy. Please do not be any creepier about me, please.
Darling, you don't have to worry about nothing. I would never get with you.
Oh,
you're too stinky for me,
oh,
baby.
fuck.
You're too stinky for
Don't
me.
ever.
Guys,
don't
please,
ever
please,
call me
can
that.
we
guys, we're going back on topic.
Please stop. Please stop.
Me, Space, get him at the end, okay? Like we just talked about.
Leave my name out of it then.
Okay, Stinky.
Yes, I did think that since he brought it up that it was appropriate for her to respond. But we're going back on topic.
I have no regrets for saving lives. I feel really horrible about what happened to Aaron Danielson, and I wish I could have been there to try to help and prevent that. You know, I stood against monsters. What happened to him was 2 days before my sentencing, and I felt terrible when that happened. And I wish I could have done something. I watched as these people destroyed the country I love so much, including in Richmond, Virginia, what they did, and I couldn't do anything about it. It was horrible.
Who were you?
People want to hate me. I don't.
Who were you when you began your online campaign, and who do you think that you are now compared to that?
What do you mean by that?
Like looking back from 6 years ago, or 2018, 19, 20 to 2025, how are you different? How have you changed with everything that's went on?
I watched my people, who I love very much, nearly get slaughtered in Charlottesville. Okay. I watched as people were lawfared, succumbed to PTSD, succumbed
Who
to
died on the Unite the Right side?
How
many people?
One guy named Tristan Kyle Bass died. I don't know how he died. I know a man named Asmodor died. There was a guy who...
How do you not know how they died?
Because it's not always revealed, but I do know that one took his own life. A guy named
during the event from the left.
Teddy.
Who did the protesters kill? Who did the protesters kill during Charlottesville?
Well, they tried to kill Tristan Bass and another guy.
Not try. Who actually died though? Because we know that there is a death count. We know that there was a death count, and we're not going to go through whether or not that person was justified with driving through the crowd. And so we'll wheel it back in.
Well, I have evidence that he was, but okay. But no, I'll answer that. You know, nobody on that day from that side, but the aftermath. You know, what they had to go through. A lot of them couldn't make it, and you know that's my people. Okay, and I get that some people, you know, might hate some of these people or have misunderstandings about them, but I've dealt with racism too as a white person. You know, I'm pretty pale, and I've been harassed because of my skin color, and you know, and I know that they harass you, Black Rebel, because you're
part of the reason I brought up this interview though was because you claimed that the federal agents set you up. So once again, can you explain what actions that you believe that the government took to constitute a setup, and what evidence do you have? Not assumptions, not feelings, and not supports, and only things that actually support your claim.
I'll go into it as much as I can, but basically the whole thing was selective, vindictive. It was done in a place where
That's an assumption, though. That's an assumption, though, because they brought evidence to a grand jury, and you were indicted through a grand jury, and then they raided your home a week later. They had a grand jury. They use a legal process, which means that they had enough evidences against you from people who reported you that they claimed that they had enough legal ground to raid your home where they found all that material. So not even assuming, because that's exactly what happened. So,
but Black Rebel, man, I have a lot of respect for you. You do know that a grand jury can indict a ham sandwich. They can indict anybody they want to. The feds have a 99.6% conviction rate. A lot of times, a lot of people, especially with politically motivated cases, get treated unfairly. There's no way I would get a fair trial.
If you believe that you were set up, why do you think that the government would target you?
Because they wanted to silence my research. They wanted those riots that happened in 2020 to happen. For whatever reason.
Who was president at the time?
It doesn't matter, dude.
Do you believe that this happened under Trump's administration?
Absolutely, it did. Absolutely. In fact, a lot of the people who went after the J6ers under Biden were in the deep state government under Trump. Okay, Trump, I like Trump. I have a lot of respect for Donald Trump. He's not always right and he doesn't know everything. You know, he goes off of his advisors. We found out that Mike Pence was a piece of shit. We didn't know about it at the time, but we found out he was. You know, there was others who betrayed Trump, like Bill Barr, you know, Eric Dryban, who targeted me. And, you know, I wanted to save lives. Okay. That's what it was. They did fabricate evidence. And they tried to basically charge stack me to where I'd never see my mom again. I love my mom, okay? You know, I wanted to see her again. If they were like, you have to admit that you pretended to be a bunny rabbit, I would have done that to see my mom again. People just don't understand that.
You have selective memory, or how do you remember all of that? How do you remember some things but not the others?
Because I was in solitary confinement.
How long did you spend in solitary confinement?
I want to say a total of a month, but they had it like 14 days, which is one day before it's considered legally to be torture by the UN. I've been through.
You know, some of the January 6ers spent years in solitary confinement.
I get that, and I have a lot of respect for the January 6ers, and they know the truth about the feds, and you should talk.
And I'm not trying to downplay what you went through with the 30 days either. I'm sorry if that didn't come across like that. I'm not trying to downplay that. I don't think that nobody should be tortured in that manner either.
100%.
So that question probably wasn't the best timing on that one.
No, it's fine, man. Dude, this is why we have this space, you know, and I'll find out who my real friends are. And I'll find out who was pretending tonight, and that's cool. You know, I want to know the truth. I want to know who has my back, because I damn sure had theirs. And Leilani, you know, for whatever politically disagreement we have, if somebody like a man tried to attack you in a certain way, I would get him off of you, and I would save you.
Can you elaborate on your Dylan Roof comments that you've been accused of making?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was actually a tactic to kind of rile up the Antifa a little bit. So I was kind of baiting them, using my free speech to bait them and to kind of get them to be a little bit more reckless. But yeah, everything I did was to save lives of people. And I have no regrets.
You see how the government used that part to build the case against you, though, when it comes to cause of violence.
I was trying, and I noticed the government didn't go after actual violent people. I was never violent. Sparky, even though he'll talk shit about me, not to my face, knows I was never violent. I had a respectful conversation with those Muslims. You know,
I will talk shit to your face. I'm talking shit right now to you.
Well, you'd had nothing to say to me in person. And, you know,
I thought you want me to tell you this? Let me tell you.
You guys, and none of this inside of public will solve anything for this message. So if you guys want to have your little spat after this, then you guys are free to do so. But for the ones that are listening and what we are trying to accomplish, but it's taking a minute tonight,
yeah, but I don't think
it's pointless with you guys trying to talk about moving up.
Right Side Rebel, and you trying to say how hot and sexy she was. You're a pedo.
What?
I mean, she's not a minor.
Wait, what? What?
Oh, I have that on video. Would you like me to play it for you or send it to your phone?
She's not a minor. Don't call him a pedo. But it is weird and creepy.
Because you are a creep that you were talking about the Right Side Rebel, how you wanted to get with her and asking me if she was coming because you really want to meet her and you thought she was sexy. That's absolutely a despicable person.
Okay, thank you, Sparky. We're gonna go back to.
With you guys trying.
Asking me if a pedo. I'd met a lot of pedos and I really want to meet her and you thought she was sexy. That's absolutely disgusting. You're
Yeah, it's
a
absolutely
fucking
disgusting to meet
pedo
somebody I
piece
respect.
of crap.
It is
You're a
creepy.
pedo. I got the vibes of a pedo. I've met a lot of pedos in my lifetime and you're one of
Yeah,
them. You're like whale.
you
You're
don't even
another
know the
whale.
definition
You're
of that,
another
you
whale,
fucking
dude. You're
idiot.
another whale. It's a meta. You
You
want to
can't
be
even
whale.
say the word welcoming correctly.
And you
Shut the
claim.
fuck up. God damn, fucking retard.
Oh,
So,
I'm a retard now? Whoa,
yeah, you
you used
definitely
the R
sound
word.
like
Oh my
one.
God, you're in Florida. That's hate crime. Oh, I can charge you. Ooh.
Yeah, bullshit. That's free speech, douchebag.
No, listen.
You're a
You want to bet? There would
backstabbing
be a
punk.
lot of people that would back me up, pedo.
Psh, yeah, fucking right.
Okay, guys, stop. Okay, because
Don't ever talk
yeah,
crap
you both
about
have
my
yeah,
friends.
just both of you. It's just let's just
I'll
stop
say what I
talking
want.
about it because James, you have a
James,
disability
you.
and you
A
don't want to be
fake
calling other people that.
disability. A fake disability.
Oh yeah,
James, you stated that you
only
never threatened. You stated that you never threatened Don Gathers, but after Don
100.
Gathers stated that he dropped out of the race for a heart attack, you said that Don Gathers was lying, and that you 100% believe that Don Gathers dropped out due to your posts. And so
Yeah,
when the
my
feds
post
kicked in your
exposing
door
him as
for
lying.
harassment on him for harassing a political figure,
Do
someone
you
running for
want me to
political
post-
office, do you
Do you
think
want?
that
Hold on.
part
Do
of
you
your
want me to post the
comments is
video?
what I
Do you want
don't
me
want to know about what he did. This is about what you did and what you
Well,
alleged that was not true. That's what this is about.
what wasn't true?
You alleged that this was not true on you, that
Yeah,
they had no ground for kicking in your doors. You said, but you stated after he said that he was going to drop out, that he dropped out basically because of you.
Because of my research and because of my journalism exposing him as violent. I never threatened the guy. That's correct. In fact, he has, he grabbed a woman's breast from behind. He's a.
We're not talking about what he did, so we're going to move on. Do you believe that Dylan Roof is a goddamn hero, like you stated back on April 30th of 2018?
No, that was a tactic. That was a tactic.
What about this one? He said Ebola is the only thing better than Dylan Roof. There is nothing more satisfying than a N-word getting a disease that make it bleed from the eyes and infects its own N-word family and N-word friends from dying. And no whites will ever be jailed over it because you can't arrest Ebola, Chan.
That's a meme. Have you ever heard of the Moon Man raps?
Do you think that was appropriate to post?
I don't give a shit. I'm a free speech activist. I defend anybody's free speech. I listen to Moon Man raps. I think they're funny.
That's not what I asked. I said, do you think it's appropriate? I agree that you have the freedom to post that and say what you want. But do you think that was something appropriate for society? Do you identify anything religiously?
Well, I will say that I come from an era where we had a little saying called "sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me."
Do you identify as anything religious?
Yes.
And do you identify as Christian?
I do.
And do you think that making comments like that towards people online is something that Christ would be proud of?
I was trolling, I joke around. I'm not.
Not what I asked. Do you think that's something Christ would be proud of?
Listen, dude.
That's a yes or no question.
Like
and you see, I've been on here for 50 minutes now for this, and if you're just going to skirt around the questions and not be honest, then if we're not going to have an honest discussion, then we're just going to okay. Then do you think that from man to man, do you think that that's something Christian to say? Do you think that is being a? Do you think that's
being edgy?
Deep, but
trolling.
Now that you have time to think about it, now that you spent 3 years in jail over some of the comments that you have made, I don't know the exact term, but you were sentenced to 3 years in jail. Do you think that was the best action as a Christian to go about how you were going about things?
I have no regrets for using my free speech to try to save lives and to troll some terrorists. I'm a free speech activist, and if people don't like it, tough. I make edgy jokes all the time, and it's the humor I find funny because I have Asperger's syndrome, and some things make me laugh, and edgy humor makes me laugh.
So is that something that you condone, or is that like
I absolutely
or were you only? Not humor. Do you condone those actions? Do you condone those
whatever
actions?
You want about me? You can joke about my autism. I don't care. You can call me a weaponized autist or whatever. I don't care, dude. You can call me a cracker. I don't care, man. I have a lot of respect for you, Black Rebel. I have for a very long time. And, I'm a free speech activist, and I defend free speech. And this is not even a religious argument. This is, it's about free speech. And those people were trying to be the thought police and take away free speech with violence. And I stood against them, and I have no regrets. And if that hurts people's feelings, whatever. But as far as there's people I have a lot of respect for. Of course, I would love to meet Right Side Rebel and everybody,
So you can hook up with her?
There's
someone close to you identified you as a possible mass shooter. How does that make you feel?
I'm completely fucking nonviolent, and I think.
Why would someone really close to you mention that inside the court documents?
Because that was a complete lie. That was a lie told by the dirty FBI task force person, and my mom affirmed that on a recorded phone call that she lied under oath. They call it test-lying when they do it, but it's called perjury with everyone else. So yeah, that was a complete lie. In fact, somebody else said that. An Antifa activist had said that, and they put words in my mom's mouth, which is really horrible.
So did you find it a funny joke that when you made mentions towards the defendant, when you thought that you were talking about her daughter, when you were like flap, 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 talking about her wrists being flappy and stuff like that? Like, did you find that funny, and do you still find that funny?
Dude, I'm autistic, so nothing, related to autism jokes is going to offend me. I'm a free speech activist. I did nothing illegal. If people want to call me a wrist flapper, that's fine. You can call me that, Black Rebel. I respect your right to free speech. I'm a real free speech activist. I'm not a bullshitter. I'm not a virtue signaler.
All right, we're going to take a pause here. We are going to open up the lines for people to speak.
Just put your hands up, whoever wants to speak.
Go ahead, Laura.
So we came in here because supposedly you were set up by the Fed, but yet you do not deny writing all these messages. You keep explaining it that it's free speech, free speech. But the fact is that it's disgusting. It doesn't matter if you have the freedom to say it. The fact that this is how you feel is truly disgusting. You cannot call yourself a true Christian. You cannot say you're a man of God and act like this. And the fact that when we call you out, you just deflect and blame somebody else for your behavior is truly disgusting. And yet you don't care. So why should we associate with you or care about what your opinions are about Christianity or anything of morals, because you clearly have none?
I'll be glad to respond, Laura. Laura, nobody's perfect. I'm a true free speech activist. You know, I don't really care what people think. I don't think it's a religious question. I've read the Bible front to back since I've been in. And yes, my rights were violated. And, you know, sometimes free speech.
You violated other people's rights too, as well, though, when you committed those alleged crimes. Do you apologize for any of your actions towards any of the people that you have promoted harm towards?
I disagree with the whole thing about me violating anyone's rights, and I have no apologies for those terrorist motherfuckers. And
do you not believe internet stalking is a crime, though, to send people 40 messages in a row in the manner at which that you did, with clear intentions to intimidate in order to gain information on someone you so-called a terrorist?
I don't remember sending 40 messages or whatever number they want to put out there.
But you did do it. So you can't tell me that you did not do it when they have that they had the chat records of you doing it. You cannot deny that then and say that you don't remember but deny doing it. They have the messages. They took terabytes of data out of your house that showed, and we didn't even go on with half of the stuff. Like I listened through just about all 27 pages of that twice, and there's some what people would call disturbing. Like and to me personally, like, it doesn't trigger me. Like, I can give two shits, like, people's opinions and stuff like that, and what they choose to do. It doesn't really bother me. What bothers me is, one, when you're out there victimizing another human being, and I don't care whose side you're on. But if I'm being honest with you, based off of how you have been explaining yourself, I kind of have a hard time not believing that these court documents are true. That I have a hard time not believing your story that these court documents are not true. So it's like, based off everything that you told me, and if I had to psychoanalyze everything, like, it is kind of playing into that you're not, that these court docs are real.
I'm a shit poster. I use my free speech to the fullest extent. I'm an autistic.
You use your free speech to victimize some people, and you got charged and sentenced to 3 years.
Well, sorry, your butt hurt. I mean,
I'm not butthurt over that, but the whole point was that. But do you believe in following the law?
Yes, absolutely, and I believe I did.
So how do you explain? Then how would you explain when it comes to what you did when it came to making those threats, especially against Don? But then also, I
don't make threats.
The texts say otherwise. The texts say otherwise, though.
No, they don't. There's no true threats. There's something called true threats, and I didn't make any.
It's not. That's not really something that's up to interpretation. Like, those messages were out. Like the whole like, those messages got put out there, and so
what? I don't care. It's not true threats. There's a lot of Supreme
Court, who gets to set the parameters on what a threat is? Is that you, or is that the government, or is that the law? Because we can start reading statutes.
There's already parameters. It's called true threats, and I made none, and I have no regrets for.
So why did you plead guilty?
Because I wanted to see my mom alive again.
But if you didn't do it and you have the evidence that you didn't do it, why would you plead guilty?
Because I wanted to see my mom alive again. I hope you understand that.
I don't, because the January 6ers who did nothing were willing to spend 20 years in federal prison in solitary confinement and not crack. So it kind of makes me hard to believe, but I wasn't in your shoes, so I cannot pretend to relate with you on that.
Exactly. You were never in my shoes, and that's the key word to that. You don't know what I went through. You don't know what it was like on the inside, and I pray you never do.
But this was before you went on the inside. These actions happened before you went on the inside?
Right. I wanted to protect people, and I used my free speech to do so. I did so completely non-violently while these people hit you.
Do you regret anything that you regret anything that you've said in the past?
I regret voting for Obama in 2028, but I do not regret any action I took against Antifa or any speech I used to stand against those terrorists, because I wanted to save lives, and I think that's the most noble thing you can ever do. And if people want to hate me for it, so be it. I'll put on the armor of God.
Do you think that was godly, that your actions were godly?
I'd say a bit unorthodox, but I think that, when it comes to saving lives from a terrorist group, that, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I did nothing illegal, I don't think. I think my rights were violated.
So
Associate with you or care about what your opinion.
Because I wanted to see my mom.
Was it you great?
I'd say a bit unorthodox, but I think that, when it comes to saving lives from a terrorist group, that, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I did nothing illegal, I don't think. I think my rights were violated, and I think Counterman versus Colorado and the First Amendment would agree, along with, a lot of Supreme Court precedent. I have no regrets if people want to be like, you're morally wrong. I'm a autistic shit poster, man. Whatever, come at me.
All right, we're gonna start letting some people speak. Go ahead. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And I don't want to call you Maceface, but I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Princess
Leilani Payne.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Well, Daniel, you bothered me for about a month and a half now.
Please call me Jack. Please call me Jack.
Okay.
That's all I go by. All right. Thank you, darling.
So you bothered me for a month and a half now about saying the most disgusting, derogatory things to me, and then also trying to dox my friends.
I didn't dox your friends.
Yeah, you're trying to actively.
Nope,
you're
that's
posting
not true.
photos. You're posting photos from years ago of people that were basically hidden away on a Facebook account.
Public record.
Yeah, public record that was years old. And what's the point of doing that? What's the point of doing that? What's the point of posting photos of an ex-couple?
Well, I don't have any ill will for you, Leilani. I actually, you do say some fucked up things, but I think you do have some good in your heart. And I don't.
Well, James, you said a lot more fucked up things than me.
I don't know about that. Calling babies parasites, but we ain't perfect. We ain't perfect.
Threatened to rape an autistic child. I never did
that.
So.
Good. Well,
at the end of the day, when it comes to those types of comments and the back and forth, like if somebody makes a mean comment towards you or a vile comment towards you, how, if people claim to follow the morals of Jesus Christ, then is it really worth responding in that manner back? Just ask yourself that, I guess.
I can do whatever I please. He's a grown 30-something-year-old man, nearly 40 years old. I'm 19
Do you
years
know
old.
about Og of Bashan and Sihon of the Amorites?
I'm not talking. We're not letting. I'm gonna speak right now.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
This is the only time I'm going to make an interjection. Thank you, Hogwatcher, for getting rid of that Martin Corbin guy. Apparently, that's the James Fields or whatever his name was that they're speaking about in the live. Anyone who made comments like Black Rebel was reading out regarding black people and Ebola, I don't want that person in my chat. I'm sorry. That is some vile commentary, man.
I've been keeping up with this story. I just recently got into checking it out. But first of all,
I think he does sound like a Fed. I'm sorry. He just doesn't take, the allegations seriously, exactly like some, undercover confidential informant would. I'm sorry, but that's the vibe I got from him.
And I'm just saying, coming from the left, that's the pot calling the kettle black. But moving on from there, I have, been attacked and all that, damn near been killed by Antifa. It's well documented, alongside Rebel and Ground Zero and a lot of other people here in Portland. But the one thing that I've never done is I've never gone after anybody's kids, especially if they were handicapped. But the one thing I want to say is that to be a follower of Jesus and to be a true conservative who believes in the Constitution, there is a certain decorum that comes with that. And I see a lot of it, even on the right, with a lot of people out in the streets and a lot of people on the internet. They have a lot of vile things to say. And they say a lot of vile things about people's kids. And that is huge, big time crossing the line when it comes to me. You can't call yourself a conservative and a follower of Christ if all you have is hateful things to say about people, and not necessarily just hateful things to say about people, but to say about, people who have nothing to do with it, like, say, somebody's kids. You cannot, like I said, you cannot be a true conservative and a follower of Christ to do those things. So if you want to be a follower of Christ and a true conservative, you need to not say those things. You need to basically everything that everybody in this chat is telling you that is wrong. I wouldn't say that you're just going to take it with a grain of salt, but you really need to listen, because there's a lot of good people here and a lot of smart people in here. And we've been around for a long time. We've been at this movement thing for a long time. We've seen people come and we've seen them go. People like Will. What Will did was Will crossed the line. Will cannot come back from that. We all wish him the best.
Let's not talk. Let's not talk about him.
Okay. And the reason I was saying that is because we all pray for him. We pray for him. We pray the best for him. But, you have to do better than what you're doing. And I'm sorry, man, but you just can't do those things. And that's all I want now.
Yeah, let me respond. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say because we have free speech, and it's not even a religious thing, and nobody's perfect. But yeah, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
That's not an excuse for your actions, though.
Yeah, but what actions, really? Nope, nobody got hurt. It's just.
You're right. Nobody did get hurt physically, but you did hurt some people mentally, according to the court document. Those who prosecuted you to 3 years in prison cured.
Fuck those people. Those people are tyrants, and fuck them. I just don't care. I am a true free speech activist, and people are like, "You got to police your own speech." Like, nah, I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
I think
this is America, baby.
Yes, you are 100% correct, and I do support everybody's free speech. But contrary to what is going on with this incident. I feel like at this point we are going around a revolving door on dialogue that is not even constructive anymore. So at this time, James, I am going to keep this open, but I am going to remove you as a speaker.
Well, I guess you don't want me to respond, but
if you could actually responded and answered the questions, but I feel like at this point there is.
I'll answer anybody's questions.
You have not though, and so it's once again we're over an hour into this.
I have one question, one statement to make.
Go ahead.
You kick them. James, you're on supervised release right now with modified internet access.
Wrong.
You're on supervised. You're actively supervised and not supposed to even be using the internet besides job employment purposes.
That's a lie.
I believe he would have been arrested already because he's been active on Twitter for a while. I do not believe that that's currently active either. But who knows?
Let me explain that. Can I explain that, Black Rebel?
Go right ahead. I guess if we're not going to go on rabbit holes, or I'm just going to hit the mute button. There we go. I'm not going to remove you as a speaker, but I am going to cut it short if it goes on too long to moderate that.
All right. I'm not on supervised release. I completed that. I actually did a challenge because what they did to me was unconstitutional, where they were trying to silence me. I used a court case, which I read about on the law library on the inside, called, what's it called? Packingham versus North Carolina. And I won.
Do you have evidence of that?
What's that?
Do you have evidence of that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's on the Court Listener. Of course, if you read that, you would know that. But yes, I used it and I won, which is a win for free speech for everybody because it sets court precedent. And
the thing that I read did not mention that part on it.
Of course, you didn't.
It was reading everything. It was your
say.
charging document for when you were getting sentenced and stuff, and sentenced to 41 months. That's the part that I read. I am more than willing to read the other stuff, but I'll let you finish.
Yeah. Okay. Every time you have a pre-sentencing report, it's just the prosecutor talking shit about you. And by the way, Jesus himself hated lawyers for this very reason. It's in Luke. He said, "Woe unto you, lawyers!" Right?
Jesus said, "Love your neighbor too," though, and
okay, but he also said, "Woe unto you, lawyers."
So let's not do the Jesus quotes unless we're actually living by his word.
Okay, well, he said that he said, "Woe unto you, lawyers." And you can read that in the Bible. I've read the Bible front to back, and he knows how dirty lawyers truly are. And they will talk shit about you in the pre-sentencing report. They will manufacture stuff. I feel my constitutional rights were violated, and I feel very strongly about that. And I'm a little bit disappointed that all of a sudden, when people want to be, clutch their pearls, they don't want to defend the First Amendment.
Go ahead, Manny.
And even when it's people who try to kill just about all of you, except for me, they didn't. Well, they did try to kill me, but not to my face like they did with you, And I felt it necessary to stand against these people in a no holds bar valetudo kind of way. You know what valetudo means? It means anything.
You said that they haven't tried to kill you, but they've tried to kill me. Why do you think that I don't have the same opinion when it comes to handling matters like you do?
Well, you're like, oh no, how dare you say things about those terrorists?
That's not what I said.
Just use my words.
That's not what I said.
Violence.
That's not what I said.
Okay, well,
that's not what I asked.
All good, man.
That's not what I asked. Once again, you deflected the question. We're gonna go back over to.
Go ahead.
We're gonna go back over to Lalea. I think I said her name right. I don't know.
Leilani.
Let's say that one more time.
Leilani.
Leilani. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
This guy has so that he's going to date me, come to Portland, has threatened to find my friends and where they worked, has tried to find photos of them with their family and ex-partners from years ago.
That's not true.
Has made very true photos from years ago. Have made have made weird, not just weird, just disgusting, derogatory comments about me, my body, my friends, and I'm 19 years old. Has told me that at his 37-year-old age that he went on a date with a 19-year-old. He said I was actually on a date last night with her. I know it's not illegal, but like it's fucking weird still. I don't really know what legality has to do with anything whenever it comes to you just being a creep in general. Clearly, the people in your personal life have also said that you have scary tendencies, and also your obsession with Right Side Rebel is very weird, and I have noticed it as well. The things that you say about her and the comments that you make about her are very weird, and it seems like you're just as obsessed with her as you are with me and Chloe. So you seem like a danger. You seem like a danger to society. I'm gonna be honest. Also, you using your sick mother as a ploy every single time we talk about anything about what you've done is disgusting. And you really have. I've heard absolutely nothing truly defending yourself that means anything this whole time. I wanted to ask you why you started making the comments about dating me in the first place as a 19-year-old girl. Like, what was the point of that?
Lilani, I don't want to date you.
Well, you said I'd date her if she cleaned up a bit. That was the first comment I think you've ever made to me.
You would take years to clean up. By the time you cleaned up, you'd probably
I'm just
be
asking
24.
you. Shut the fuck up. I'm just asking you. Answer the question. Answer the question. Why would you say
Lonnie,
something like that
I believe
to a
that
teenage girl?
I believe that you can change for the better, but
Why would you say that to a teenage girl?
You keep pivoting.
So I just want to say one thing here on justice.gov. Now, I would imagine this would be relevant information. February 6, 2025, it says you're on supervised release, modified, limited internet access granted for employment only. And
I'm done with that stuff.
It says it ends in 2026. It's active supervised release. This is current right now on the justice.gov website.
It ended in April of this year, dude.
But it says here on their website it ends in 2026. But it says here on your
website, I'm not on supervised release, okay? What don't you understand?
Even if he is, it's on him. Even if he is, it's on him at the end of the day. He's the only one that's going to suffer if he is violating it. And so he claims that he's not. And if he is, he's going to be the one pays the price because this interview is live. And so
you using the autistic claim over and over again to say nasty shit is not a good defense. Stop saying that. That is not a good defense. Answer the questions you're being asked.
Go ahead, Manny.
I'll say what I please, sir. And
all right.
You're not going to stop me. You're not going to police me.
All right. Buddy, did you have a good attorney for this trial?
No, I had a terrible one. Terrible.
Was
absolutely.
Was it a public defender or private?
Worst. It was a court appointed. That is the worst you can get. And there's no possibility of having a fair trial as a conservative in Charlottesville, which is 85% Democrat.
Okay. What exact charges did you plead guilty to? Because we really, throughout the whole hour, we really didn't hear all of the charges. So what exactly were you charged with, and what did you plead guilty to?
So it was so-called cyber stalking, which is part of the 2013 VAWA law, which basically criminalizes like free speech. It's like a thought crime law, and election interference. But, I would have fought it if they had not illegally denied me bond, because it's my right under the 8th.
Do you believe that sending multiple messages to a person to obtain information could be considered cyber stalking?
No. It's called journalism. And I found
well, the law disagrees with you, and it is written. And if you claim that the law
Constitution
did you wrong,
disagrees with that bullshit.
the laws of the state that charged you disagrees. It's also true. It wasn't even it wasn't a state law that charged you. It was a federal case that charged you. That's for stating that you violated federal law and you pleaded guilty to it.
Because do you know how many cases go to plea deals in the feds? It's 90% because they never give you a fair trial. They basically coerce people into this stuff. And that's what happened. And,
the chat logs say the story, though, on what they charged you over.
It's funny how people will.
I read the chat logs. It sounded like harassment to me. If you look in the definition of the law for harassment, that's what you did to that woman. You brought up her daughter, regardless on whether or not you were manipulated into thinking that was her daughter. You sent those messages with intent, thinking that it was her daughter. And you basically threatened to pop her cherry, assuming that she was a minor. That's sick. That's not funny.
No, I did not assume that. I did not assume that. And if you read that closely, you know that.
But still, I don't give a fuck if you were talking about an 18-year-old. I don't care if you were talking about a 30-year-old woman. Those are disgusting, vile comments to say to somebody in order to intimidate information out of them. I don't give a fuck if you thought that the person you were trying to get information about was a terrorist or not. It's wrong.
I wasn't trying to intimidate to get information out.
Your intentions was clear by what you were asking for in those chat logs. I'm not going to allow you to lie.
The problem is,
James, I've got the information I need.
James, the problem is you're sending those to a woman, to a woman.
So what?
No, it's weird.
A woman. Are we not?
Yeah, no, it's weird that you're sending. No, I'm sorry, James. And I have been quiet through this whole thing. I just still can't get over the fact that you did send that to that woman about her child, supposed child.
There's no child, and she's not even the daughter.
But you thought she was.
Because it was fake. They wanted to silence.
It's fake,
me.
but you got charged. If it were fake, you wouldn't have been charged.
Well, did you say this about the J6ers?
Did you refer to her as her daughter? Did you refer to her as her daughter? And you said when you asked when you went down on her if she was going to flap her hands.
That's called trolling.
No. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Being sick. That's not a joke. That's not something you joke about.
You have not answered one question the whole night, buddy. Yes or no? Did you refer to her as her daughter and say when I go down on her, is she going to flap her hands? Yes or no?
That was called trolling, and I did not know anything about this person.
Did you do it? Yes or no? Oh my God, I can't even talk to this guy.
If he can't answer yes or no to that question, then I see no reason for him to remain in this chat.
No,
he needs to remain for just being a Black Rebel.
Okay, yeah. Let's let Rocco speak. He's had his hand
Rocco,
up.
Go ahead.
Peace be with you, my brothers and sisters. May God bless you and all that you love. Holy Spirit, please guide my lips because I'm going to need your help with this one. James, I'm going to tell you right now, you're in Florida. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm the white boy in prison waiting for you. I will meet you on the street. I'm going to tell you right now, you say that you're not violent. You say that you have this crutch and that crutch, and you keep throwing all these things up. You can't hide behind what you did, and what you did deserves you to meet somebody much worse than I ever was and much worse than I am right now. You say you were in prison and you were in solitary confinement for 30 days. I venture to say that if you were in prison, you were in PC. You were in protective custody because you were afraid of what the inmates would do to you if they found out. I'm sorry, you were afraid of what the convicts would do to you if they found out what you were there for. You are vile. You are a low down, dirty, uncivilized person. By the way, I'm sorry, I forgot to say thank you, Black Rebel, for allowing me to speak. You are vile. You are a low down, dirty, uncivilized person. And I'm telling you right now, if I had been at the thing that happened in Valrico just a couple of days ago, and I knew you were there, and Sparky or anybody mentioned to me the things that I've heard here tonight, you would not be in this conversation right now, because you would be in the hospital or in a gator's fucking belly. I think I've said more than I need to. Peace be with you. God bless you, my brothers and sisters. And again, Black Rebel and Ground Zero, thank you for allowing me to be in your chat and speak my mind.
God bless you too, Rocco. I am so sorry I had your hand up that long. Spin City News next.
I have to apologize. I'm not feeling very well, so I went to bed. But then I got a text message and found all of this out, my brothers and sisters, and my brother and sister patriots. I apologize. I had no idea about this individual. I had no idea.
Did you boot James or did he leave? I'm sorry, Spin. Did you boot James or did he leave?
I booted him. He's in the queue though. He's listening. I'll let him back here in a second. I just want people to say their stuff. I'll bring them back here in a second.
Black Rebel, can I speak real quick? Thank you for accepting my request. This is Sergeant Burt, United States Marine Corps, live in Houston.
Thank you for your service.
What I find very disturbing, the 19-year-old woman that was trying to find evidence and plead her case, he tried to overtalk her and silence her. And I'm so glad that she found evidence to prove that this guy is a weirdo. And so I guess people don't believe in patterns. So right when she was saying what he was doing to her and her friends, the other homeboy pulled up his shit online. There's a pattern. You can't break the pattern. Obviously this guy is a danger to society. And I'm glad whoever found that stuff about him online pulled that up and backed up. I'm sorry, what's her name? Licia, the 19-year-old?
Leilani.
I'm sorry about that.
Leilani. Go ahead, you're next.
Black Rebel. Black Rebel.
So yeah, no, I like that little partnership to just prove that this guy is an absolute weirdo. Great job, you guys.
Black Rebel.
Who's talking?
Me. Spin.
Go ahead.
Can you just synopsize for me, because I believe everybody in here, but can you synopsize the man that I called a brother patriot and what in the ever living fuck is going on?
It sounds like he has issues when it comes to, he says it's Asperger's. He says it's autism. He says it's because he's messed up, but he seems to have no concepts when it comes to the level between what's comedy and what's proper free speech. And so he ended up spending 3 years in prison for sending vile, harassing texts towards a black man in order to force him out of office because he thought he was a terrorist. And he sent and once he got arrested for that, when the FBI found servers and a bunch of disturbing messages, he had terabytes of data. He had linked different profiles and folders together and basically screenshotting the harassment, and so they built a huge case against him, and he claims that he was set up and that he broke no laws. And the grand jury that indicted him and the jury that, he took the plea deal. So, and he blames the government for it. And so I myself personally think that he has demented views and he can't answer the tough questions when it comes.
What I find,
He says it's odd for he can't answer the tough questions when it comes to just easy yes or no's, like did you do it? And he gaslights and he evades the question.
and then
Okay,
he
may I
promotes
ask you
himself
another
by
question,
following that girl
Black Rebel?
and stalking her.
What was the
Unbelievable.
question? What was the question?
Black Rebel, it's Spin.
Go ahead.
So I heard something about Right Hook Rebel.
I don't. Go ahead, Linnea. You have the.
Can anybody hear me?
You had better information on that.
Well, he's been commenting. Well, he'll talk about me, and then he'll compare me to. Well, not compare me, but say that like Right Side Rebel is better than me, and then like make really weird comments about her, and take screenshots of her as well in videos, and like talk about how beautiful she is, and about how proper she is and stuff. It's just like weird comments about her. And now he's apparently he had also been talking. Other people have also confirmed that it was weird in other chats that he was talking about how she was sexy and about how he was excited to meet her and about how was she gonna be there whenever about some type of event. So it just seems like he has as well an obsession with Right Side. That's just what I've noticed.
And Spin City, you can ask Sparky. He was making comments about Right Side Rebel to Sparky, saying that he wanted to, do sexual stuff with her just this past weekend.
I will confirm that.
Mike, you're next.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Spin. We hear you. All right, one, thank you, Semper Fi, to Sergeant Blah. I'm a Lance Corporal of Lance Corporals. My history with this guy is after my second weekend in Portland, he asked me to reach out to Nick Sorter and Nick Shirley to connect him to the White House, is what he wanted. He wanted to get connected to the White House to get a pardon for his crimes. After I said no to him, respectfully, I said no. I don't feel like giving my personal relationship with those two individuals up for someone I don't know. He got mad at me and lashed out, started doxing me, pulled up my mugshot, which is funny because all it does is publicize my documentary I made about my suicide attempt. Pulled up my mugshot from that and tried to dox me with information he thought would shame me. After that was blocked, he has other accounts. So just so everybody knows, if you block him now, it won't matter. He will come up with other accounts to come and attack you with. He will do that to you over and over. I have blocked probably 7 of his accounts by now. You all do what you want to do with that information, but protect yourselves from not just him, but let this be a lesson from people on the internet. If you don't meet them in real life, take warning with that. Take warning with that. And Leilani, I'm sorry he has done that to you. Even after you called me out for sharing your adult content about your lifestyle, when you reached out to me and said, "Can you please take that down?" I was like, "Sure, you're absolutely right." He tried to say I was simping for you just because I was being respectful towards you.
Yes, thank you, Mike, so much.
Yeah, you're welcome, dear. You're welcome. So everybody, take that kind of information, play it how you wish to play it. He will never be welcome in a space I am hosting or co-hosting. Y'all do what you want with that. You're grown adults. I'm not going to tell you how to live your lives. I'm just telling you the boundaries I put place for myself. With that, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Mike. I'm glad that I brought you up here. And I have to bring this up too. I've seen the comments being made to Leilani from James, talking about her butt and stuff. It's really inappropriate comments. And I even messaged Andrew earlier today, Black Rebel, I mean, or I was texting him. I'm like, I was like, I just don't understand. Like, well, I was confused. I'm like, okay, so we're all here. We're all saying we're Christians and stuff. And we want people to go to the, the right side, whatever. They believe in their thing. We believe in ours. But we do believe that we are Christians. We should never stoop that low. And I see it's just very weird and odd to me that is okay. And we should never let people talk about women that way. Look, for me, I just think it's really disgusting and weird.
That's why I made the comment earlier. I said I don't care if it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm posted it.
Just talk about anyone that way.
Thank you,
and
guys.
Real quick, I've been sitting here with the laughy emoji the entire time. I'm not laughing at anybody but one person in this room. So if you've seen the laughy emoji, I'm not being disrespectful to the host. The host, I think he's done a great job of exposing somebody that's latched onto a movement, trying to benefit themselves. Anyone that spoke, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at one person in this room because it cracks me the fuck up. That's Rebel's in here. I just see her. I'm gonna shut the hell up and let y'all do your thing. I'm gonna drop out.
And just to clear the air, my intentions for this interview was not to expose. I think I was very fair with the questions. I was just direct, and so at the end of the day, what happened, and I felt like I was more than fair and patient.
I respect everybody that is DMing me right now with all of this information. Black Rebel, was it you or was it Patrick that has the information that he is on some sort of release or some sort of restriction?
Patrick.
Yes, I have a bunch of documents I could send over to you.
Please do. He's about to find out real quick. Real fucking quick.
He messaged me and would like to speak. Should we let him in? We'll take a vote.
Oh, please do. Please.
Yes.
Do.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about him, he should be able to respond.
But
absolutely.
But this time, kind of like really kind of police him because I feel like
we'll do
got outside the boundaries.
We'll let Lilia go and we'll get him back in. I'm gonna have to kick somebody.
Hey, Princess. I'm sorry. I really
Leilani.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm going to be respectful, but I have to be able to say it. This is a funny thing. Why do they call you Maceface? I'm sorry. I have to ask the question.
I got illegally maced by DHS. And now I have it went really popular, and that's how the Chuds know me. And that's where the whole entire OnlyFans rumor started.
Hey, we're not Chuds.
It's an honest question.
Sorry.
Don't believe the Antifa rhetoric. Most of us are actually nice. We just have long history with them.
I know. You have been very respectful. But they had started the only. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't believe y'all ever spread this, so I do believe it was just gross people. They started the OnlyFans rumor by somebody taking a photo of me getting triage and putting Brazzers. I don't even know what that is, but they put the logo of it over my face and then started sharing that around everywhere. So that's how that rumor started. And now I've just been repeatedly sexually harassed since then. But the reason why I wanted to speak was because, James, I have autism and Asperger's, and if we want to be open about that, um, um, I've never said anything about that about people. I'm way younger than you. I have a lot shorter of a temper than you. And I have never said anything like that about anybody in my life and would never feel the reason or need to. And I really would appreciate if you stop blaming your disability as the reason why you're acting this way, because it's just demonizing other people with a disability.
I respond to that and others because I want to respond. Oh boy, I want to respond. Ooh, yeah.
You got 30 seconds.
Maybe you should respond to me.
Okay, yeah.
I welcomed you, dude. And then you want to sit there and you want to say I'm a grifter?
I never said that.
I feel like
We'll do.
I've never said anything.
Grifter?
Things being Laura next. Yeah. Mega Man next.
That's right, it is. I'm sorry.
Never.
Black Rebel. Do I need to go back do I need to go back and listen? Because I will spend all night.
This whole thing's being recorded, so.
Okay. Thank you, Black Rebel. Oh, that's right, it is. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for reminding me.
Oh yeah, I never said nothing about no gator bellies.
So, James Field.
Laura next. Yeah. Mega Man next. Manny next.
So, the question I have for you, and Black Rebel, I'll yield after my question, and I will respect you and Patrick and everybody. You know that. James Fields. Is what they're saying true? I want to hear it out of your mouth. Yes or no?
No, of course not. And I want to respond to
you just lied.
First rock.
You just lied.
What do you mean? I have just lied.
You just lied.
So thank you very much for coming in here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was happy to do so.
Hey, Black Rebel, I'm going to drop down.
It happened after
right side.
You know, I would not do anything to disrespect Right Side Rebel. I have a lot of respect for her, and I'm glad she served her country. And I hope that she doesn't betray me too. But if she does, so be it. I mean, I'll put on the full armor of God no matter what. You know, if people hate me for trying to stand up against Antifa terrorists, so be it.
Right side.
Well, just before hopping in the space, I got a call that this person was with someone yesterday, and James was trying to get my number and to try to hook up with me. And he kept on asking over and over again for my number. And this person was standing up for me and not giving my number out. So I appreciate this person not giving my number out, but I'm confused why that just would randomly come up. And I have seen pretty sexual comments towards certain people in this space. And I've stated this in a comment within the last few days. I do not condone that at all. Left side or right side, they're human.
Yeah, I'll respond to that. No, I never, right side rebel. I never tried to hook up with you, and anybody who says I did is lying. You know.
How do you deny the comments that people said that you made on X?
No, I'm talking about this newest accusation of he tried to hook up. No, I didn't.
What about the previous?
Let me get to this. I did not ask for her number. I asked if she was going to be at the rally. I was like,
hey, you already said that was a lie. So what about the previous accusations with the comments made on X?
Which is what? What are you talking about?
The ones that brought that up, Lilani.
Oh, that's trolling, and I'm not the only one who's done that. And she talks about her own butt, so it's like I'm just trolling somebody, and
we're not talking about me. We're talking about what you're saying to right side and how you're constantly comparing her to me and how you're making very weird, unwanted comments, which are clearly unwanted, and you know that.
You're making stuff up. I have nothing but...
You've compared Leilani and I to each other, which is why I don't respond to most of it until something's said about my hair, and that's the only thing I respond to. But
yeah, the ramen
I don't like the comparing. What do I do usually when something's said to me? I usually just walk by. I usually ignore it. I don't like the comparing. I don't think fondly of it.
All right. That's cool. I'm just playing around.
But that's also where I see sexual comments made to her, and I don't condone that with any female. I think every female should be treated respectfully, whether you agree with them or not. I believe in Western civilization, really.
Yeah.
Respect every single female. You're a man, right? Be a man. Respect every fucking female.
Right. But
protect the females of this country. Like,
I would. I would.
But how could you say you would, but you're not treating a person on the left side with the same amount of respect?
Because
that's not a man.
To kill me. They tried to kill me.
She didn't try to kill you. They were talking about a woman.
Never tried to kill you.
No, I'm not talking about you, Leilani. I'm talking about Antifa tried to kill me.
Yeah, but that wasn't Leilani. So you can't hold her to that same accountability.
Group, and that happened years ago.
I know, but it's still, that's what kind of really set me the fuck off when they tried to kill me, when they shot a crossbow bolt to my family's door, when they harassed my dying mother. And
do you think any of that may have been a result of the internet comments?
Are you
not that those actions are justified, but do you think is that a possibility?
No,
I just don't understand.
Want to respond to Mike and why
A person on the left, Leilani.
family's door. When they harassed my dying mother, and
do you think any of that may have been a result of the internet comments?
Are you
not that those
kidding
actions
me?
are justified, but do you think is that a possibility?
No, it was the result of my research and them trying to silence it. I do have.
Did
social
those issues come up after you made those? Did the crossbow get shot through your window before or after those comments that you started making online?
It happened after the arrest of some Philly ARA terrorists who were stalking me. That's when that happened. It was.
Did you dox
back
them?
in 20. No, I didn't dox them. I identified them. To me, doxing is something different. It goes a lot deeper than just identifying. See,
did you make any jokes towards them that could be misconstrued as threats?
No, I did not.
Posting people's possible places of work is doxing, which is what you did.
What work?
Melissa Giannopoulos.
I don't. Were you talking about the LinkedIn? I don't.
That's
even
still
remember.
doxing. That's still.
I don't
doxing.
remember
Yes,
if I
coming from a person who had his entire family get put on the dark web dox ban with all their personal information from Antifa. Like, I don't condone people doxing people or hacking information, regardless on what side you are on.
No, and I don't post addresses for that reason. I don't want to, put
places of
anybody
work
in-
is still doxing.
Oh my god! I don't even know what it
but
says.
also, too, you encourage violence towards people online, and you consider that joking. And so, when people read those comments, then
okay. And I wanted to address the mic issue since I see him here, and I don't want to speak without him being here because I don't want to talk behind anybody's back.
Let's do this, and let's also address that narcissists deflect everything, and every question asked, he keeps saying your poor mother and you were attacked. What the fuck does that have to do with talking bad about a woman? What the fuck does someone trying to hurt you have to do with another woman, you jackass? What the fuck does that have to do with another? Answer that question, then I'll let you speak to me. Once you've answered what the fuck your life mission has to do with another woman being attacked, I'll let you fucking talk to me. Until
Don't shit
then,
yourself, man.
there you
You
go.
sound
There
angry.
we go. There is a narcissism coming out. Hey, Black Rebel, I never thought you were trying to expose him. I knew he would expose himself.
I did too. I did the digging.
I want to respond.
I did.
Thank you. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me. You can attack my mental health, but keep in mind, 22 veterans a day commit suicide. I was one of them. I survived. So before you run your fucking mouth about that, keep in mind, 22. There's veterans in here right now listening. 22 veterans a day, jackass. So what the fuck does being autistic or having your mother threatened have to do with making sexual advances to Leilani, Rebel, or any other fucking female? What the fuck does that give you the permission to sit there and talk
We
to an
didn't say
autistic girl
advances. He
about
said
fucking
comments.
her?
Yeah, this guy is obviously lying.
He said comments. He didn't say advances.
Oh, okay.
Do you know Robert Bowers?
Advances. I've never met the guy.
Do you know Robert Bowers?
I said I never met him.
Have you communicated with him?
Before the thing, yeah, and I did not know what he did, and nobody should do that. Nobody should do that. But I want to respond to Mike and why I have an issue with him.
Really fast, if I see you make another sexual comment towards any fucking female, I will make it my personal mission
messages.
I want to respond to Mike and why I have an issue with him.
Really fast, if I see you make another sexual comment towards any fucking female, I will make it my personal mission to ruin every ounce of your life.
Well, too late. I'm already, my life's
I don't think
already
any of this is fucking jokingly funny.
I've already had my marriage destroyed because of this
Okay,
whole
now
thing.
you wonder why. Look what you're fucking doing.
What did you and Robert Bowers talk about?
I'm not going to get into that because I have nothing to do with that incident, but I do want to respond to Mike. So the reason I had a beef with Mike is because I felt he was very disrespectful to me. I asked him a question. I wanted to talk to somebody, and he kind of acted like he was too good to, help me out or something. And then I found out that, there was some charges about him attacking healthcare workers, and my mom was a healthcare worker. So it was personal with me. And, he wants to cuss me out. I don't care. He's a FBI rat.
But you went and just deflected with all the questions again. So next.
I was just trying to respond to Mike. But yeah, he's an FBI rat. And if that's who you guys hang with, well, you'll see what he's like.
Next.
Yes, this is baffled over it. And initially, I was going to open with what a colossal waste of time this was.
Excuse me?
But,
I'm just kidding.
No, not you.
I know.
But now, after all this disclosure, there are so many amazing, smart people in this room. I'm going to echo what someone said earlier. We have a lot of knowledge and wisdom in this group, particularly surrounding the First Amendment. And I find it amusing that this individual thinks that his First Amendment doesn't come with some kind of responsibility. Everyone in this room seems to grasp that, except someone who's already been called out, who has done no wrong. And I want to say, James, I am so sorry. You're such a victim. The world has made you such a victim. Tears roll out my left eye. One tear for you. You're a victim. Your poor mother was dying. Your marriage has broken up. You're misunderstood. And by the way, the autism and the whatever else you claim to have is the least of your worries. Your overarching issue, obviously, is your complete resistance to own and to grow up and to be a man.
Trying to just pick his brain more, kind of do some stuff that Rebel was doing.
I send him an invite.
I just wanted to say I'm sad that it took this long to come to surface, because all this information was out a month ago when I started. Before that, but I started warning people a month ago, and it seems like,
I had no clue that was that guy until the last time I heard about him was when he got arrested.
I didn't hear about it till today.
And so today, somehow, I made that post on Ground Zero's comment, and he commented on that, and then somebody posted the transcript, and then I was like, is this true? And he said he was set up for it, and I said, would you like to talk about it in the space? That's how
Okay, Jay, he's back on here. Jay's back on here.
That's how this came up.
Yeah, sorry.
I told James that we would have a discussion on it, and that I would stay unbiased, and I thought that my questions were more than fair based off of the facts with the transcript. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, I guess if everybody hates me now, that's all cool. As long as Jesus loves me.
Okay, you gotta stop. You gotta stop with all that, my guy. You gotta stop with all that.
Why?
Woe is me.
Why? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as long as Jesus loves me, that's all good. I betrayed nobody. I was loyal to everybody.
Nobody's talking about you betraying people. I'm talking about what you're saying right now in this chat and doing everything. What you're saying, like you don't care. I'm going to use freedom of speech and this and that. But then at the same time, you're claiming Jesus and you're out here cussing and everything else. So what is it?
I wanted to protect people and save their life.
No, now,
you know?
now I'm talking about now. I'm not even tripping about all this stuff. I know people are talking about that, but I'm talking about right now. You're defending yourself.
Correct.
And you're going to be talking about Jesus, this Christian. I'm Christian.
Yes.
And while you're on here, there's nothing that like Rebel said earlier. There's nothing that is even coming close to resembling Christ. Nothing close.
Okay, well, there's 2 rebels in here, so I
Black Rebel. You know, Black Rebel said that to you.
Okay, Black Rebel. All right. As far as Reno's like threat goes, dude,
I'm not talking about Reno's threat.
It wasn't a threat, fuck boy. It wasn't
I've been
a
to
threat.
prison, dude. You don't scare me.
Stay
Oh yeah. You can deflect all you want to, homie. But don't underestimate my reach.
You see what I'm saying? You sidestep. You haven't answered question.
Yeah, okay.
You haven't.
Give somebody a reach around, then, Mr. Reach.
Yeah.
But
Take your
no,
little cursor and go over my name, fuck boy. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Your
You
mom?
didn't even know me, and I stood against terrorists.
Okay, don't be a Chandler on me. Don't be a Chandler on me. Stay focused. Okay, stay focused. I'm not talking about
I'll be
Reno
right back.
or anybody else.
No, don't leave, right side. I had something to say to you. And he called on me finally.
Wait. I missed
Wait.
that. What'd you say?
What happened here?
Okay. What do you mean? What happened here? Am I talking? Somebody said your mom, or never mind.
Can I respond right quick? Since right side.
I'll be right back.
Wait. Can I respond to you though? Right
Okay.
quick.
Who?
Right side rebel.
Hold on. You and I was having a conversation.
Yeah, but she's going.
Okay, she's gone right now. Stay focused. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh.
All right. What was your question, Black Preacher?
Where are you at? You're sidestepping. You've sidestepped questions all night long. Where are you at? You're saying Christ, but nothing that you're talking about resembles Christ or what he's done in your life.
He's helped me survive everything. What are you talking?
What you mean? What do you mean by that? That's generic. He's helped me. I mean, anybody can say that. He's helped me survive everything. You're claiming something, but you're
struggle life, you know.
But you talk out both sides of your neck.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you actually do, and everybody's called you on that tonight.
That's cool. They don't understand stuff. Maybe they hate me. That's cool. I'll live.
Okay, again, the victim stuff.
Dude, your perpetual victimization and victimhood is actually fucking disgusting.
It is 100%.
You should consider some Christian counseling.
You lash out while crying in pain. You're a fucking piece of work, dude.
You should consider some Christian counseling, some biblical based counseling.
Like 100%.
I did the best one. I did the best one I could. I read the KJV front to back.
You know what? I want to. Yeah, that's one thing you've been saying all night long. You know what?
Well, there's where you fucked up. You read the KJV.
Hold on. You've been saying
that's the best one.
James. There you go again. See, so here you're saying you read you said this like 8 times tonight that you read the KJV. Then at the same time you're saying this, you're calling someone a dumbass. Oh, I read the KJV.
He threatened me.
Who cares? Who cares?
So
who cares?
How about you try being fair to me?
James, who cares that he threatened you? How about this? That you reading the KJV means absolutely nothing.
That's not true at all.
It is absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Guess what? Atheists have learned a lot from reading it too. What does that mean?
I'm a former atheist.
So my point being, it means absolutely nothing that you read the KJV, the whole Bible. So keep boasting on it because Paul tells you not to boast.
Harassed my dying mother.
and you that's not right, man. That's not cool.
I'm not a
You're
victim.
perpetually
all night last. Oh, I read the KJV.
He threatened me.
Who cares? Who cares?
So
Who cares?
how about you try being fair to me?
James, who cares that he threatened you? How about this? That you reading the KJV means absolutely nothing.
That's not true at all.
It is
I learned a
absolutely
lot.
true. It's absolutely true. Guess what? Atheists have learned a lot from reading it too. What does that mean?
I'm a former atheist. Up until
So
17
my
years
point
old.
being, it means absolutely nothing that you read the KJV, the whole Bible. So keep boasting on it because Paul tells you not to boast.
I don't care what somebody tells me.
No, I said Paul, meaning Jesus.
He doesn't know Paul.
I know.
Oh, I didn't know which Paul you were talking about. There's a lot.
Well,
of
we're
Pauls
talking
in
about
this world.
KJV and you reading the Bible. So it means absolutely nothing.
I'm just informing you that I read it. I'm not boasting on it. I'm
You-
not saying that I'm better than you.
I read a
I
Stephen
know
King. I read a Stephen King book one time too. Does
Stephen
that make-
King sucks.
I mean, you can read whatever you want to read.
It means
Doesn't
absolutely
mean-
nothing.
Doesn't mean you understood it or live it.
Exactly. That's my point. He threatened me, so I read the KJV, but dumbass, really? Like Rebel said, that's not matching up to what you are claiming whatsoever.
Oh well, I said dumbass. So what? You never watched an episode of Beavis and Butthead? They say dumbass all the time. Who cares?
We're not talking about people.
Once again, deflecting.
Yes, again, exactly. Once again, deflecting. This is why everybody's been talking about Unite. Why you at the same time playing victimhood and woe is me, because you can't keep it real.
I've always
But you're not.
and I've always been loyal to everybody.
But you're not. You're not keeping it real whatsoever.
How so?
I just told you how.
Because I said dumbass.
No, you're deflecting and you're not even representing, even by any ounce of the imagination, what you're claiming that you are.
I have said that I regret it voted for Obama in 2008. I said that.
Wow, that's a big confession. That's a big confession.
James, your first statement at 11 p.m. Eastern time, so 2 hours and 13 minutes ago, you started with, I have Asperger's. And it's been 2 hours and 13 minutes of deflection and excuses since then, buddy.
Straight up.
That's all it's been.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we're only
No, it's the
going
truth.
for another
That
45
is
minutes,
the
by the way.
truth.
I've been up since 4 a.m. and it's 11 o'clock now, so 45
I'd
more
like to
minutes.
respond because I keep getting interrupted. I'd like to respond, to these things.
You're not going to.
But you're not responding to it.
Problem.
It's
No,
going around in circles.
It's my turn. It's
Go
my
right ahead.
turn.
All right,
Go right
all
ahead.
right, your mom. Let her respond.
Alrighty, your mom. Your mom.
Jerry, go ahead.
Your mom.
Well, I was trying, but I kept having a red thing saying that I was muted by the host.
Everyone was muted. Everyone was muted. So
Okay, I know.
okay.
I was.
Yeah, I need that to
know.
get back on track. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. And then someone's saying your mom, and it's saying muted by host, and someone's saying your mom. Good Lord, you guys. So anyway, okay. First of all, I don't even want to talk to this jerk off. I'm sorry for using that language, and I'm looking for. Gosh darn it! Where's May's face?
Leilani.
We can call her Mace.
Yeah, can we call her Leilani? So we're
That's okay. She's not here. Gosh
Oh,
darn it!
It's late.
I understand that. I do. I believe me. My
She
hand's
might be
been up for
listening
2
though. I can't
hours.
see everyone listening.
Okay, well, I have a confession to make. I made a I saw her in person last night when I was down there, and we had a nice face-to-face for a few minutes. She was respectful to me, and I was respectful to her, and it was great. And then earlier this afternoon, I made a terrible comment on a post, and then I just went and I apologized. I wanted to apologize to her face on here right now in person for making that comment. But my hand, or my request to speak, was ignored, and I understand.
It wasn't ignored.
I know.
It wasn't ignored.
I know, Patrick. I know. That's just my lack of being able to say right words.
If you comment on one of her posts, I'm sure she'll see it.
No, yeah, I did. I commented because she commented, said you stupid. Anyway, so I apologized but I still wanted to apologize to her face. And then, so with that being said, I also wanted to say something to Right Side, but it looks like she's not back, even though she said she'd be right back. But just in case she's listening, I just wanted to tell her that, like she says, that she never hears about stuff. And I just wanted to tell her that that's because you never want to get involved in any drama. And so you ignore stuff and you don't read your DMs and this and that and the other. So there you go. Anyway, James, we trusted you and you fucked up because you can't even tell the truth. All you do is just waste 2 hours of everybody's time. So thanks a lot for that.
I told the truth, man, and I never betrayed you. No, I never betrayed anybody here. I think everybody knows that.
You just want.
They can hate me all they
come
want.
on, everybody here knows everything.
They can hate me all they want.
Around
Said,
and
again.
around in circles. Yeah, just deflecting and around in circles. I mean, good Lord.
Dean.
Okay, your mom, I just want to let you know Leilani is on here. I added her as a speaker for you.
Oh, okay. So she is on here. So she did hear me. So that's good. Okay. So she knows that I'm sorry and yada yada. So she heard me talk. Thank you very much.
Okay, Black Rebel, you called on me, right?
Go
ahead. James, dude, I've been attacked online, motherfucker, for having disabilities by people. Everybody knows this shit in this room, motherfucker. Dude, it is not okay to attack people with disabilities, women, and fucking children, motherfucker. That is unexcusable, unforgivable, and you can fuck the fuck off. Just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can attack somebody else with a motherfucking disability, you piece of shit. Fuck off. I was on video chat with you the other day when you were down there at that fucking protest and you were talking shit about fucking Right Side, and that was fucked up, bro. I shouldn't even call you bro, you piece of shit. Yeah, give me a thumbs down, motherfucker. I wish I was in fucking Florida. I'd run your motherfucking ass over with my goddamn wheelchair, you piece of shit.
That's a lie, and you know it. I never said anything bad about
my
Right
wife
Side
was
Rebel.
fucking there, and you were using Sparky's fucking cell phone.
I was hoping to be able to post this on
Never
YouTube,
said
but not
anything bad
anymore.
about Right Side Rebel. I never did. And you didn't say
Don't attack
anything.
people with fucking disabilities, bro. Just because you have one is not a fucking excuse.
Well, you're lying, so I never
You
said
just
anything
fucking
bad.
called Sparky a fucking retard for the way he talks.
All right.
You piece of shit.
That's a lie, and you know it. I never said
Oh,
anything bad about
my
Right
wife
Side
was
Rebel.
fucking there, and you were using Sparky's fucking cell phone.
I was hoping to be able to post this on
Never
YouTube,
said
but not
anything bad
anymore.
about Right Side Rebel. I never did. And you didn't say
Don't attack
anything.
people with fucking disabilities, bro. Just because you have one is not a fucking excuse.
Well, you're lying, so I never
You
said
just
anything
fucking
bad.
call Sparky a fucking retard for the way he talks. And you're fucking going after
Because he
people.
was attacking me, dude.
Fuck you.
What, am I not supposed to defend myself?
You don't attack people and fucking call out their shit like that on
Dude,
just.
you're like a beta. You're a baby. He attacked me. I'm not supposed to attack him.
I'm going to defend myself, man. I'm going to
You
defend myself.
don't attack people with disabilities.
But I tell you one thing. I never said anything bad about Right Side Rebel. I've always been respectful to her. And if she hates me, so be it.
So
But it's
everybody,
misplaced hatred.
you have a lot
I've
of
always been loyal.
accusations. Everybody's just lying on you. Why do you think that people just start
Yeah, anybody who
lying on
said
you?
that is lying on me. 100%. 100%. And they have no proof of it because it's a lie. They're just trying to start stuff, and I don't know why they would say that, because I've always respected Rebel. I've always considered her an inspiration, ever since I seen her. I respect that she served this country, and I would never I never tried to hook up with her. That is such a lie. I mean, I don't even met the girl.
Well, James, I'm sorry that you have so many strange
crazy.
accusations against you. Liliana, you're next.
And yeah, okay.
I might have some technical difficulties and I couldn't hear anything, but I heard for a moment that your mom 5977 was apologizing earlier. Thank you for apologizing and owning up to your mistakes. I don't remember talking to you the other night. If you could remind me what we talked about, and I could remember who you are.
Yeah, well, it was in front of the ICE facility. We're standing there, and you had come up to us. You were eating, and my granddaughter was with me, and I had a walker. And then you were leaving, and I said, I didn't know your name. And all I knew was Maceface, but you answered to it, and you came back, and then we talked for a few minutes, and that's all. So do you remember now? I mean, this was last night.
I do. Yeah, I do. I do remember. I really liked your granddaughter's outfit.
Yeah. And so anyway, yeah, I mean, we had a really respectful conversation, and then today I made that comment on X, and I don't know what I was thinking when I made that comment.
What made you want to say that?
I don't know. I guess I just wasn't thinking. I guess that was just my
I mean, would you be okay with somebody saying about your young daughter whenever she's 19 your granddaughter or daughter or any child of yours at 19 years old?
No, not if she didn't deserve it. No. And so and actually I don't think that, I mean, after this hearing this space here today, I think that we all maybe could have learned from this about being disrespectful to other people. And I honestly, to tell you the truth, I figured it was probably a lie that you had said that people had had harassed you, and so that's what I get for thinking, and so I'm ashamed of myself, to tell you the truth. And I wanted to apologize to you in front of all these people because I had no right. And just because we're on opposite sides doesn't mean that you're not a decent person.
Well, thank you for the apology. And I think that everyone should take a lesson in this chat because I know a lot of you, and you guys should all understand that I'm a very young woman, and the constant sexualization of me has been really disgusting and bad. I've already confirmed
Stephen King book one time too.
Stephen
Does that make
King sucks.
Well, thank you for the apology. The reason why I had such an issue with Right Side for such a long time is because Haley had told me that Ryan would stop sexually harassing me and that he would apologize to me and stop that behavior. And then within a few days, Haley was saying, "Well, I can't control what he does, and I'm not going to stop hanging out with these people because they treat you that way." So I think all of you need to take a lesson that I am 19 years old and all of you were 19 at one point, and some of you have kids and some of you are parents, and a lot of you are way more grown than me and should have a lot more respect to the young women in your life, because just a few years ago, I was a child. And I think that we should understand that I am just in my first few years of adulthood, and maybe you shouldn't be constantly telling me that I'm going to make porn and sexualizing me and talking about my body all the time, every single day and night.
Right, I understand that, and then also you have to in a lot of times you need to give respect to get respect also. And I've heard your mouth when you're yelling and screaming when I was at home watching on and so
I don't want to condone
isn't that kind of
any of the bad behavior on both sides, but can I?
Is that behavior not justified if I'm being sexually harassed? Am I not allowed to defend myself?
Oh yeah. But one more thing I just want to say real quick, and then I'm going to get off. And again, I'm going to do my best, and I just hope that you can learn also.
Really fast, because
really fast for me too. I just wanted to say something about your thing that says on your thing that says $30 to DM you. What is that?
Well, if any of y'all have ever been on the internet before, there's something called FinDom. It's called financial domination. Whenever I turned 18, I used to speak to guys for money, and if they sent me $30 and sent me money and talked to me, maybe I would give them attention. That's what FinDom is. You can look it up. You can do all the research on it if you want. It has nothing to do with sexual, it has nothing to do with showing my body, it has nothing to do with showing pictures of myself, it has nothing to do with anything like that. It's literally just lonely guys who want communication with pretty women. So
it's like
that's what I
Feet
did.
Finder with words.
I mean, I never showed my feet, so I guess yeah, kind of.
Thank you for that explanation. Go ahead, right side. I think. Go ahead.
It's kind of like super chats.
really fast, because this was just brought up. You said that's the reason why you had an issue with me, because of a conversation you had with Haley and Ryan.
Yeah, because you were super close with Haley, and that's what I originally saw you
I'm super
hanging
close
out.
with Haley.
Yeah,
Wait, what Haley? Which one?
Brunette Haley.
Okay.
Which
Brunette.
I had seen you showing up originally, starting with her. And I remember my first couple times I had seen you, you were just with her. So I had seen that y'all were really close friends, and I just kind of lumped you into that group, which, I mean, you can kind
pretty sure they're both in.
What now?
Is there any way to
It's a
lower the
joke.
super
It's a
chats
joke.
to 15?
I don't know what that. I don't know what
It's a
super chats
joke.
is.
It's a joke.
Okay, I don't know what that is though. I'm
The
sorry.
third,
All right,
I was
so-
saying, is there any? I called the DM to the $30 to DM me. I said it's like super chats, and so I made the joke. I said, is there any way to lower the super chats to 15?
Nah, $30 is a pretty good price.
But
Well, before we get off the
I
subject,
I get it.
go for
I
it.
get
Go
it.
for it.
I get it to a certain extent, but I know whenever I'm down there, I try to keep an open mind because I do genuinely like to have those conversations, which I've posted a couple like good conversations I've had with protesters. But I genuinely like those conversations. But I get it where you're coming from. At the same time, I feel like not everybody should be lumped in with their side. Like a lot of us aren't the same. I don't like the antagonizing. I don't like the sexual comments made. You know, I have a different style than what a lot of people have. Each one of us really have a different style. BC has a different style than me. Ground Zero has a different style than me. Black Rebel has a different style than me. We all have a different style. We all have our own characters. So I feel like just for the sake of humanity, really, we all have to keep an open mind about each other in a way if we ever want America to remotely go back to two parties existing in one world.
Which I 100% agree with that. And I've never actually spoken to, at least I don't think I can remember us having a personal conversation ever. But I mean, I've had good conversations with a lot of people on the right down there, and I'm not a very hateful or violent person. I just don't really think there's any debating human rights. And that's just
Yeah,
where I stand with that.
We've never had a conversation. Just one day you just started making comments towards me, and usually I do just walk by. Usually I just ignore it. But I was so confused why I was being like targeted by like so I mean I wasn't confused about it. It's pretty obvious like why I get targeted down there just with the random hateful comments, but I was like,
Oh, wait, actually, right side, I do remember a night where we had interacted pretty well because your friend Matt had nearly tried to kill my ex-boyfriend.
I don't remember that.
Well, he ran from DHS and y'all got maced. Yeah, I think you do.
I remember that. I had no idea that that was going to happen. Let me
Yeah,
just be
no,
clear about that. I was wondering where he went, and then I heard that he went behind the building. I had
And
no
then y'all were
idea what
trying
I
to
was
make a
about to walk
citizen's
up to.
arrest.
Huh?
Was that not your mother that was going up to the front gate? Was that not your mom?
No, that wasn't my mom.
Oh, okay.
No, I had no idea what I was about to walk behind the buildings to. I
Yeah,
had no
sorry, I
idea.
completely forgot about that. No, that's why I have a problem with you, is because you were very, very close with Matt, and then you nearly tried to kill somebody
I
I
wasn't
really
even
love and care
close
about.
with. I wasn't even close with Matt.
Actually, and now I remember the first time I ever saw you, I thought y'all were dating. I'm gonna
No.
be so honest. I thought y'all were so close. I thought y'all guys were dating.
No, he was just someone that I met there, but we were never dating. We were never a thing. We weren't close. I had just met him, but he was
Are we talking about
protective of
Tardio?
Haley and I. Yeah.
Yeah, Tario.
Oh, I think that was a lot of time for the first people to meet him.
Yeah, I don't have like I don't talk to him. Like I met him there, and that was the only time that I've talked to him.
I'm not even aware of the situation that
I know
happened,
that
though, to be
you were the
honest.
one who called the cops. Yeah,
I called the cops because I didn't know what to do. It was all crazy to me.
You were trying to make
And
a citizen's arrest on a man that got ran from DHS. It wasn't very hard to tell.
I wasn't. I had no idea what I was about
Well,
to
you
walk
were
up
the one
to.
who called the police, though.
Yeah, because I mean, what was I supposed to do? He had a
You
guy.
let the man go because you're not a cop?
I didn't have him.
You don't call the police in general. You say there's a strange man attacking another man. You don't sit there and go Antifa terrorist or closing in. I mean, I read everything that Matt said.
What?
He
No,
said that
I was calling because he had him, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was like something feet away from the situation.
Well, what Matt did is try to illegally arrest, we'll make a citizen's arrest on my ex-boyfriend after he ran from DHS and got away. Um, Chased him down in the woods, pinned him down, was begging for him to get off his chest because he couldn't breathe. Full ball grabbed him and completely groped him on the ground, picked him up, walked him to where you were standing. And then the reason he got maced is because he let go of Finn and then tried to reach for his gun. So
I just want to say citizens arrests are completely legal
No,
if
he
you think a
no,
felony is
it's
happening.
not. It's not. There's
No, they are. They are. In the state of Oregon, citizens arrests are completely legal if you feel that there's a felony in
well, there was no
progress.
felony happening. Somebody ran from somebody, and that's not really your choice to be able to arrest somebody. Not even DHS didn't even go fuck. He's never been arrested.
If running from law enforcement is a crime in Oregon, then when it comes to the court systems, whether or not like that's really, you just have to look how the court looks at it on the legal aspect of it. But I don't think I don't think people are going to agree on what was appropriate in this manner for that, and so we should probably just move on.
But now that you hear my side, I had no idea what I was about to walk around the corner to. I had no idea he went to do that. Now that you hear my side, like, could you not let me in with that? Because I had no idea that was gonna happen. I had no idea what was happening. I literally everything just came to mind, and my mind went to, oh hey, let me call the cops because I don't know what's right and wrong in this situation.
Hey, sorry, Lalani. I wanted to just speak to Rebel right quickly, if that's okay.
Well, I just asked Leilani if like we could be like good with that situation because I had no idea what I was walking into. I had no idea what he went to do.
No. This is about the thing that some people are.
Yeah, but I
accusing
just
you of.
asked her a question.
No, I know.
Can you
I just
please?
wanted to address it because I waited very patiently.
Okay, well, could
you
I
can
have
wait.
Leilani talk?
I've
real
been waiting
fast?
longer than him.
Yes, please, thank you. I can understand where you're coming from, and I will not lump you in with that group, and I would love to be able to actually speak to you face to face and maybe sort out some of the feelings I have about you.
Yeah, I would like that very much. Because I'm
Before you
honestly,
guys
I'm a
go too
genuine
far,
person. I was so confused why like you automatically had a hatred towards me, which like it didn't surprise me considering like a lot of
No,
people just see
specifically,
me.
but why I had a hatred towards you specifically was that situation. And I really was not very happy with how somebody I cared about was treated.
Yeah, no, I get that and I get where you're coming from, but like now like I had no idea what I was about to walk into, which I ended up having a conversation with him and like a week or so after that situation. And I even told him, I'm like, I had no idea what he went to do. I had no idea he went to go after you.
Okay, well, thank you for explaining yourself. I am glad that we came to that understanding.
Yeah, me too.
okay. Before you guys move on, I just want to say because there was the talk coming up about the vitriol that comes from both sides. I just want everyone to understand, like a lot of people when they get mad and heated and they hear things that upset them, the shit goes both ways. A lot of things are said that hurt people's feelings, and a lot of people pick at people's sensitivities and they say shit, and then rumors get spread when people start saying shit, and the grapevine happens, and information gets twisted, and
Oh my gosh, I'm having to defend myself constantly about immigrants and things like that. So I respect all of y'all a lot for going out there and protesting. I've already said that on interviews. I think what y'all are doing is admirable. If you were passionate about something, do it. But you know, I'm too young to be I'm too young to be put in these spaces in this kind of situation where I'm having to defend myself constantly about if I make porn or not.
I don't think
So
no one
I just-
accused you of that in this chat though.
No, I mean, actually, yes, I can. Not in this call at the moment, but yeah, a whole bunch of people that I'm looking to see that are listening to this have 100%. But I hope all of y'all can continue to be respectful, and
Have
I
you-
would love to be able to have some talks.
Nobody
and
gives a
debate with
fuck
you.
if you make porn.
Have you
Nobody gives
gave
a fuck
a
if you make
have
porn.
you
I
ever
just
considered
don't,
not
but I just
responding?
don't. I can do whatever the fuck I please. I mean, yeah, I can always not respond, but sometimes it's just sometimes it's
No.
fun.
Yes, I agree
Sometimes
that you
it's
can do whatever
fun.
you. I do agree
I'm
that
a
you have the right
teenage
to
girl,
respond
and
the way you want
somebody's
to
talking about
respond.
me on the internet. I'm curious. I'm
But
curious on what people are saying. I like to do my snarky responses back. It's fun.
I understand that you have the right to do so. The only thing I encourage is if you ever thought about maybe not responding and giving the attention that they are seeking back, or do you enjoy commenting and getting the reaction, giving the reaction back? Like, is it worth the comment back? Do you get a
This
high
isn't
feeling off of
well.
it, or do you feel like
This
you're
isn't
standing up
mentally
for yourself?
damaging for me. This isn't mentally damaging for me, really. Like the way that y'all bully me, it just doesn't. It kind of just rolls off my back. I'm really just having fun with the replies.
It comes with the territory.
It's a revolving door at that point when you engage in that type of conversations with those who want to respond like that.
Oh, it's oh, sorry. Oh, I thought I was
Right.
muted. My bad. I mean, I'm plenty respectful, as you heard on this call. I'm plenty respectful and willing to talk about just about anything until people are unrespectful. I mean, I can respond and do whatever I like whenever I please. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, thank you for being on here with us. And yeah, let's end it with that.
Let's end with that. I love you fuckers. Have a great night. You guys
Black
are
Rebel,
all
when's the next time you're
phenomenal.
gonna be
Black
down at
Rebel
ICE?
and a bunch of you
I live in
fuckers out
Montana
there.
now,
I would love to meet you
so
downtown Portland.
Love you guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Who's asking about ICE?
Me, Leilani.
Message me, and then it's probably not gonna be for another few more weeks.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
All right, y'all all have a good night.
Right
Thank y'all
side
for
rebel,
tuning in,
Black
and thank
Rebel.
y'all for everyone who spoke. And sorry for anyone if you did not get in.
I just got like 6 DMs from James Field is innocent.
If you ever want to come to the Ritz-Carlton in Portland, Right Side Rebel.
Wait, what now?
If you want to come to the Ritz-Carlton, let me know.